Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Business and Learning Show, where we share tips and hacks for small business owners to not only grow, but sustain your business and your life. And for more information on the show and to learn more about Tammy and myself, you can visit us at businessandlearning.com.
Well, hello, everyone. This is episode 12. Can you believe that? We've done 12 episodes already?
That's crazy.
But yeah, so it is Tuesday. So, of course, it is the Business and Learning Show night. Amazing show for you. Amazing guests tonight. Super excited about that. But just wanted to talk a little bit. It's been a crazy week. It's been an absolutely crazy week. And you have decided to add to your household. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
I have a special guest with us today.
Yay!
Who is a little bit smaller than Miss Diahana Barnes that will be joining us in a moment. So say hello, everyone, to Pippa.
That's adorable.
So she is a 4-day-old chicken.
So cute.
Oh, are you going to say hello? Yes. So we have added some chickens to our family. I don't even know how it started, but I've been naming them after like TV shows I used to watch. So we have 4 golden ladies outside, of course, named after the Golden Girls. And Pippa and her siblings are all named after some of the characters from the TV show Facts of Life. So we've got a Tootie. Of course, we have a Tootie. Marty wants to see if we can get. Oh goodness! I just dropped the verb. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Pippa. She just pooped all over me. And then jumped.
You got it.
This is live TV. Live TV.
Live.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Marty wants to get the bird roller skates. So, but not you because you just pooped all over me. So yeah, we've been having fun. The boys have been loving it, and the baby thinks it's like absolutely wonderful to hold things that are his size.
That's awesome. Oh, that's so cute. I love that you named them after the Golden Girls. That's like my favorite television. I mean, I like the Facts of Life, and it's a very, I loved it. But I watch the Golden Girls daily. Yeah. I'm one of those people watching Hallmark till like 11 o'clock at night because the Golden Girls are on. So yeah, that's me.
Yes. And yeah, tell me about you. What's been going on and any revelations you've been having so far this week? It is only Tuesday, so it's still early.
Yeah, it's still way early in the week, but I had a thought. Well, I mean, I always have thoughts, but I had a thought the other day, and I was just kind of thinking about the last 6 months, ever since 2020 started, and how it's just been crazy. I mean, it's just been like one thing after another. You're afraid to say what's next. Right now we're in the 6th level of Jumanji. What is going to level 7? But then I started to think about all the things that have happened because of the quarantine and kind of what's trickled down from that. And it's almost like, I guess, I guess I was thinking like 2020 vision. We've been given this gift of vision this year. And this may not make any sense to anybody else, but that so much stuff had, people wanted to, they always say, I want to spend more time with my kids, but we're just so busy. Well, the pandemic fixed that. Boom, done. They wanted to find out, well, maybe I would like to homeschool my kids. Lots of parents found out if they're up to the task for that. It's just been a lot of things happening. And not only that, but you're getting to see celebrities and influencers for exactly who they are. There's no glam squad coming to the house. There's no, bright, shiny lights and all that kind of stuff. And you're starting to see people for who they really are, and not the Instagram version of themselves, but the reality version of themselves. So it's been kind of an interesting year, but I
Yeah.
personally am looking
And
forward
the
to
thing
it.
is, it's only June. So
I know. It's only June.
and the curtain has already been, you know, and what's funny though, if we want to go down the things of the man behind the curtain, and when the curtain gets pulled and you see it, it's kind of funny how many people are like trying to get that curtain back closed,
Right.
and they're realizing that, oh, wait a minute, I don't like this life, or it wasn't all it seemed.
Yeah.
And then for us, I mean, for myself, I mean, you and I, we've had different people that we look up to and stuff share, like, you know, bomb drops, and you're just like, whoa. So how do you deal with that? You know, like,
I think at the end of the day, you can't be afraid to be yourselves, because if you try and emulate your favorite, insert your favorite influencer here, okay, your favorite author or celebrity or whatever. If you're trying to emulate being like that person, you're not getting the 100% reality of what their life is. And they're only allowing you to see a certain part of it, and it's probably picture perfect. So just be yourself. Use your voice to say the things that you want to say. Be you. And if people don't, their problem, not your problem. So I just say, just keep moving forward and do the things for you that you need to do.
I like it. So, well, you guys all had some entertaining there while I was getting pooped upon. Like, it was explosive. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so much for bringing show and tell. I know, we don't have smell-o-vision. Yes. So
Thank you, baby
I've
Jesus.
sanitized myself and everything. But on the note of being authentic and just inspiring, I really want to introduce Diahana Barnes, who is our special guest today. She is a success strategist, coach, mentor, and consultant to executive visionary leaders who are ready to grow their business by inspiring others to take massive action. And I love the way that she does it. I love everything that Diahana emulates and how she communicates, that it's not all about selling, but it's about sharing and inspiring and being authentic, having that curtain drawn, being your true self. You know, no glam squad, no false things, but it's really you. And what that means then on the flip side is you have a true audience who loves you and who wants to spend their money with you and who wants to be there for you. So just want to welcome Diahana tonight to the show.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Diahana,
I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat going, God, these ladies are really interesting.
Well, thank you.
I'm like so into what you're talking about. I almost forgot you were going to bring me on. I'm like, oh, this is good.
Well, we are so glad that you were able to join us tonight, and we're going to be having awesome conversation tonight. I'm so looking forward to hearing more about you. And so, can you tell us a little bit more about what you do and maybe how you got started?
Sure. Yeah, sure. So I'm going to start with how I got started, if that's okay. I'm going to take that in the reverse.
Yeah.
So I was in the corporate world for years and years and years. My funny, I don't know if it's funny, but I think it's funny. My funny story is I was working and doing this whole online thing before it was even a thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I worked for one of Zoom's biggest competitors, trained hundreds of salespeople on exactly what we're doing, or what I teach, right? Is like how to, I'm not going to say sell, but how to be highly engaging and interactive online.
Right.
So I loved the corporate world. I loved my job. I really, really, really wanted to be home. So there wasn't a pandemic back then, but I had this burning desire to be home with my kids. My kids were teenagers at the time. Mm-hmm. So my son was 16, my daughter's 5 years younger. And I had this in the face aha moment of, oh my gosh, he's going to start driving. He's going to go off to college, right? I only have a few precious years left. And so for me, it was more important to me to be home with my kids at their teenage years. Like some moms really want to be home when their kids are babies. I had the opposite.
Right.
And so I decided at that point, you know what, I really want to be home. And so I had this business on the side already. So it was already kind of set up, and I decided to jump in with both feet and do it full time. And that was like 3 years ago now. Yeah, 3 or something like that. Yeah. And here we are.
That's awesome. I mean, teenagers really need their parents home. They really do.
They do, whether they want us or not. You know, I wanted to be the mom that, Now he's off to college. And now I got, you know, his sister who's 15. So it's like, okay.
Oh boy.
Stop with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little
Absolutely.
chickens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, can you share a little bit more about what it is you do now? Like, where was that aha moment of that kind of crafted what you do? And like you said, you've been doing this now for about 3 years. What is that?
What is that? What do I do? So
what exactly do you do? What's that aha moment that took you from that moving there and now this is what you teach others? Like, where was it? Because it's not just I want to be home. There's something else. You know, there had to be something.
Great question. So I started my business in 2006, working a full-time corporate job, doing sales training. That was actually my first soiree into entrepreneurship. When I left corporate and I was still doing what I'm an executive business coach, or I call myself a spiritual executive business coach, because I hit the ground running, trying to do all the businessy things first. And for me, nothing was gelling. Like, and speaking of authenticity, like Tammy, you're like speaking to my heart. When I first started, I thought I had to have a friggin' glam squad, right? Like the makeup, the hair, I had to look perfect on camera. I also had the corporate thing going on too. So I was like, I gotta have slides, gotta look perfect, gotta show up, gotta have my game face on. Mm-hmm. And I was really struggling a little bit because I, maybe would have 1 or 2 clients, but it wasn't the flow and the ease and the harmony that I, really embrace now. Mm-hmm. So the pivot point, which I think is what Elena's sort of asking me, the turning point was when I realized I needed to marry this, what I call the spiritual side. It's like using your intuitive gifts, your natural gifts, marrying it with practical strategies, whatever that is for you. For me, it's speaking, right? So that's how I kind of got into what I do now and what I teach people is, how, if you love to be in front of the camera, if you love to be in front of a group, if you love to teach, if you love to facilitate, if you love to lead, then that's the perfect strategy for you to grow your business. And let's take that strategy and your gifts and share it with the world, and they will naturally gravitate to you. You don't have to be salesy. You don't have to be pushy. You don't have to, struggle to get leads.
Right.
Exactly. Like those two together, that's when the magic happens.
Yeah, that's just amazing that, because one of the things that I find is people think they have to be all salesy and stuff in order to sell. When you don't, that's far off the mark. You can do it, then you can do it in a way that comes naturally for you, that is very authentic and comes across not salesy, but just somebody, hey, I want to work with that person because they know what they're talking about and they have this wealth of knowledge behind them. Yeah, that's awesome. I like it.
And people are highly educated now, right? Like they know that there's a curtain up, right? Like, they know that people have this glam squad, or there's a curtain, or there's it's like the old school sales. It actually doesn't even work anymore. Like those tactics and strategies don't work. So you want to be yourself. You want to be authentic, and the right people will gravitate to you. I mean, there is a little bit of a strategy behind it. Like you don't want to just show up all over the place and not be on message. Like you want to be really clear who you work with and what you do. But yeah, it's so easy, right? It's just natural and easy as opposed to pitchy and pushy.
Right. Now that's, so if let's say there's somebody in the audience tonight that is going, yes, I'm all on board with this, but how did they get started doing that if they haven't done anything like this before? Do you have any tips for them on how to start utilizing that method?
So that's a great question. I got to noodle on that for a quick second.
You're fine.
So if I was brand new, so my first thing is if my prerequisite is you've got to love to be on, and I'm use stage in quotes, right? So like I'm really passionate, like the Speak to Inspire method is all about people who already love to speak. Like if you don't love to speak, that's not the strategy for you. Maybe you're meant to be a podcaster. Maybe you're like there's a million and one ways to attract clients. So I'm going to start with that. If you are a teacher or you love to facilitate, right? You're already leading workshops. You have a dream of being on stage. And like I said, I use stage interchangeably. Like I don't want a physical stage, right? It could be on Zoom. It could be on Facebook Live. It could be whatever. If I was going to get started, I would do one of two things. One, exactly what you guys are doing. I would create a show and I would put it on a Facebook business page and I would show up every single week like clockwork, and just know that the first couple shows are probably going to be interesting,
rough,
a learning curve, right?
I like that. Interesting.
Interesting. There'll be a learning curve, right? Because we all have to learn. But your people will follow you and they'll love you even more just because they get to see how authentic you are. Or, and then plan B or strategy B, the one that I really love right now is having a private Facebook group and building a community inside that group. That's what I do. So I have a weekly show, just like you guys do, but it's only in my Facebook group, although I'm thinking of broadcasting it out. But really, and then my group is unlike any other Facebook group most people have ever been in. It's not, we really create, it's community, connection, inspiration. And we do free workshops in there and free training. And it's all about lifting people up. Like if it's the one place that you go, that's where you go. And you get a lot of personal attention in there. So
that's awesome.
That's what I would do.
That's awesome.
One of our viewers who is in that group that you mentioned, Kelly Power, she says the stage can be a lot of different things. In your Facebook group with your clients, a course, podcast, website, in person when we can, all interactions wherever your message can be heard and digested. So that's a nice, great way to think about, like, really open your mind that you don't have to stand in front of a group of people physically, maybe like in a chamber of commerce, doing a workshop, or in front of a conference, standing and presenting. There's many different ways that you can do that. And I'd love to maybe see if we can think outside the box here for a moment. So I'm going to totally put you on spot. So most of our listeners all have physical stores. They have a hair salon. They have a garden shop. They have a boutique. They have different types of those types of places. So if they want to get those clients, if they want to bring in more people, if they want to share with people why it is that they do what they do and what they love, what are some ways that they can do that using this method to inspire others?
Yeah. Oh, I'm all over that. Okay. So
I love it.
Okay, so let's pretend we're a hairdresser. I would totally do the Speak to Inspire method. So I would sit down, and the method, the methodology is like there's pillars and then there's stages. But we'll do this really quick. So if I was a hairdresser, my whole goal is to attract more clients. I would do a talk or I would lead a workshop, something where you teach people, maybe it's how to color your hair at home when there's a pandemic. Like, I'm just totally talking off the top.
That's a great idea.
Right? Like, how do you look at my hair, right? How do you color in the gray without ruining your hair in between, visits to me? Right? Like, or how do you get your 5-year-old to sit still for a hot minute so that you can cut their bangs, or whatever it is, like, right? Like, what I would come up with some really fun, interesting, intriguing topic related to what you do, that you're an expert in, that your dream clients are like, thinking to themselves, if only, right? If only I could, or whatever. And a tip for that is what do they Google? Like, what are your clients Googling right now? Like, we're all Googling, how do we make our hair look great while we're stuck at home, right? Or whatever. So that could be what your talk would be about. And then do it. Like, a hairdresser, you can either do it in person and invite all your clients, and then tell all your clients if they bring a friend or 2 friends with them, right? Like, then you structure your whole talk or workshop. You could advertise to, people in your neighborhood using Alignable. That's one of my favorite tools is Alignable. It's a website, kind of like LinkedIn. Because, Nextdoor app is another one. You can do local Facebook ads. And I would just do your talk, and you can do it either online or you could do it offline. You could do it in the salon and invite a bunch of people, get 40 people there. All you have to do is show up, be amazing. I tell the story of, I went to a networking group. They asked me to speak. I did a whole workshop on spiritual sales. Like, what's your marketing style based on your personality? And I completely forgot the pitch, right? Like, this is how this whole methodology started, was I forgot. I was allowed to pitch. I completely forgot, because I was so, kind of like we are. I was so in the zone, and we were having so much fun just chatting and talking and answering questions. And it was like, oh my gosh, it's 8:00. We got to go. I didn't even hand out my business cards. And I think I've had 5 or 6 clients from that one talk, right? Because of the energy and the fun and interactivity. Like, that's the foundation. So if I was a hairdresser, that's what I would do. I mean, ideally you have a call to action at the end. Ideally you say, hey, if you want to be a client, right, I'd love to have you. But it's actually optional, contrary to what some speaking methodologies tell you to do. So did I answer your question, Elena?
You totally did. And I think that can really help people start thinking outside their box about, well, I'm just a hairdresser, I can't speak, or I'm just a gardener, I can't speak. Well, if you're a gardener, I need to know how to keep plants alive in Texas during the summer. Like, tell me how to do it, and I will. I will buy fertilizer from you. I will buy, soil from you. Like, tell me how to do this, and I will buy all the supplies from you. So I think that's a great way to just kind of start opening up and thinking outside the box, versus that, that inward thing of, well, I can't do this because I'm shut down, or I can't do this because I'm just this. So being able to, everyone has a story to tell, and everyone has some gift that they can give, just like you're saying. And I love that it all started because you just forgot. You forgot the pitch. You were in your zone of genius, as many people will say. And because of that, people saw the true and authentic you, and they connected with that. And then they wanted to know more. They wanted to know. And I love that you like you said, you don't have to be salesy. You don't have to be pitchy. It can just be education. And I love that part.
Yeah. If I was a gardener, I stuck in the pandemic, right? I would have a Facebook business page. I would do exactly what you guys are doing. I would have a live show, a public live show, like doing gardening tips, like how to take care of your plants at home, how to start a container garden in your living room, like all that stuff. And I would have a private group, and I'd have all my clients and all my potential clients inside that group, with like free resources. How do you start a container garden, or what fertilizer do you use, or how do you create your own fertilizer? Like, I would have all kinds of juicy stuff inside the group, and like taking the conversation back and forth inside the group.
Right.
Right.
So-
Exactly. I love that.
So for those out there who maybe are a little intimidated or they're fearful about stepping on the stage, whether it's doing something like this or to physically get on a stage or get in front of even a small group of people, what are some tips for them on how to gain that confidence to do that?
You're not going to like what I say.
Just do it.
Just do it. I would do it. I would start small, right? So, I teach my clients, start small, start going live in a small group with 5 of your friends, or start practicing on Zoom, or practice in your living room, right? Like, it's talk in front of the chickens. Like, I would just start and just practice. Nobody that I know of and have ever talked to who loves to be on camera and is really good on camera started out being really good on camera. Like, if I look at my old videos, they were crap. Not that they're great now, but it's just it's part of the process. Nobody literally walks out on stage and is like this amazing, perfect speaker. It just doesn't happen. Whatever that looks like. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
and there never is a perfect. Tammy and I know this so well. There's never the perfect moment to do something. We wanted to do a show like this for some time. We kept putting it off, and then we're just like, let's do this. And now here we are talking about being authentic in your true self, and that's exactly what we did. And so I think that's one of those things of, it was just I remember our first one. Okay, you ready? Okay, I'm gonna hit the button. We're gonna go live. Okay.
There was a full glass of wine on my desk going. Okay.
And we just did it. Right. Yeah. And we just did it. We were goofy. We were silly. And after the fact, we're like, well, what did you think? But now it's gotten so much easier. So I think it's, just like with babies, you got to take that first step, and maybe it's just, like we were using the examples of the gardener and the salon. So I'll use that again. So maybe it's just talking on the phone with one of your clients and be like, and they're saying, okay, I really have gray hairs. I'm on Zoom calls all the time. What can I do right now? And you just speak to them over the phone, one-on-one. Okay, now can you do that in front of a couple more people? And just taking it one step at a time.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I would,
gentlemen, there you go. Right there.
There you go.
Just do it.
Yeah,
just do it.
Just do it. Okay. So another question. I'm sure we're going to love this answer because just do it is a great answer too. We did love that. All right. So for everyone who's listening right now and they're like, okay, I want to do this. I want to do what Diana's talking about. I can do this. I can do this. What is something you would challenge someone to do within the next 7 days?
Pick a date, pick a topic, and do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
And whether
it's your vehicle, right? How do you want to do it? So Zoom, right? What is it going to look like? Is it going to be a Zoom with 5 of your best friends? Is it going to be on a Facebook business page? You got to decide the medium. Is it going to be a podcast? Pick a date, pick a topic, do it. And I'm going to say one other thing too, because I feel like we all get stuck in our head, right? Like we're stuck in our head, we're stressed out, we're worried, like what are people going to think? And I would invite whoever is listening to tweak their perspective and think, and this is true for the gardener, and this is true for the hairdresser, and this is true in the transformational space too. It's like, okay, if you were sitting in your dream client's shoes, they are looking for you. They are wanting you, right? Like my hair looks like crap right now. It's like, I would love my hairdresser to be giving me this right now. I am trying to grow a garden in my living room as we speak. And my kids will tell you I have a black thumb, right? Like, I'm like, how do I do this? We are looking for those solutions. So if you have that calling, if you have that dream, if you have that something, it's inside you for a reason. And it's not just to drive you crazy. It's because there are people out there searching, looking learning, needing, wanting you. And what are you, like, how selfish are you being by letting your fear get in the way?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to get off.
And to kind of piggyback on what you were saying, Diana, I mean, it's absolutely true. So, I don't remember who told me this, but so what if they judge you? So
they're
what?
Not your friends. Yeah.
Right. They're your friend from middle school who is wishing she had your life right about now. So what if she's judging you? Big deal. Just go out there, do it. If it's a quick little 20-second Instagram story that you just want to say, you know what, I saw this, it ticked me off, I'm going to talk about it, or I had this revelation today, I mean, there's so many things that you can pick, these small little tidbits, and then grow from each stage of that. Because I could do this, but I can't speak on a stage yet.
You're speaking on a stage right now, honey. I hate to tell you.
Yes, that is true. I meant like a physical one.
and you don't have to, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
You're perfect just the way you are.
Oh, thanks. So now it's about time for rapid fire, where we're just going to ask you just a couple of questions. No big, just
ready.
whatever you think. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So what is your favorite meal from a locally owned restaurant?
My favorite meal is lamb. And you want to know the name of the restaurant?
If you want to plug it, yeah, go ahead.
I think it's called Porter's. I don't know if they're open yet right now. So
yeah,
in Oregon,
a lot of places aren't. Unfortunately,
they might have opened Friday. But yeah, that's and they have their lamb is amazing.
Awesome.
Like a once a year thing.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Go ahead, Lena.
Most memorable book you've read so far?
Oh my gosh, that's an easy one. So you definitely want to get this one. Actually, only one? Okay, I'll give you my favorite one. It's called Energy Leadership by Bruce D. Schneider. Changed my life. A mentor recommended it to me. I read it cover to cover. Yeah.
Awesome. And do they have that in Audible? Because I'm an Audible girl.
I'm sure they do. It's on Amazon. I'm sure it's on Audible.
Okay, awesome. I'll have to look that up. Okay, so if you could travel right about now, and you could go anywhere, would you go to the mountains or the beach?
Beach.
Me too.
I'm a water person. Yeah, I love the water.
I love the beach. Love the beach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to be in the mountains where I can see the beach.
Yeah, or both, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, I will settle for just going anywhere. Just anywhere. Mountains, beach, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Because I used to travel 3 or 4 times a month, and now I don't.
Yeah. But, we'll get there one day.
I'm not worried. Yeah. Perfect.
All right.
All right. What TV sitcom family would you be a member of?
Brady Bunch.
That's
awesome.
I
want to be Cindy.
You want to be Cindy?
I don't know why. Maybe because she had really cute hair. I don't know. Yeah.
She did have the cute little she had little ponytails, and then she had braids. Yeah. I think I'd like to be part of the Golden Girls, but just like someone that comes to visit. Now, because I just want to be there with them. That's me.
Charlie's Angels would be nice too. I would totally be a Charlie's Angel.
Mm-hmm. Only if I could meet Charlie.
Not that I have a body anymore, but we can all dream, right?
Right. Okay. So, what is your favorite song?
Madonna, oh my gosh, Vogue. Sorry, it's what I clean house to. I'm like, what's it? Yeah,
that's a good one. I need to get a music library going on here so that I could play music when we do this. Okay, awesome. Okay, looks like Elena. I love live because Elena just dropped out. Okay, so
the chickens.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your number one must listen to podcast?
Ooh. So, do I know the name of it? It's called Chats with Susan Burrell.
Okay.
Or maybe Chats by Susan. I can't remember.
Chats by Susan. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we
I
will
get you a link. Yeah. She's awesome.
We'll definitely post that in the show comments for everyone. Well, Diahana, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and sharing all your insight and wisdom and everything. Truly appreciate it. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been so much fun. You guys are super fun.
Thanks. See. Okay, so where can people go to find you, connect with you, join your group, wherever, whatever?
Yeah. Join my group, my private Facebook group. It's called the Harmonious CEO. So you just type in Harmonious CEO, it'll come up. I see you have the link. So if you have a calling inside and you want to learn how to speak in a way that's totally authentic to you and will enroll clients, right? So it's a strategy for enrolling and filling your calendar with all the clients that you possibly want in one fell swoop. Then register. I have a free workshop starting June 22nd. So now's the time to get in and join us. So super fun.
Awesome. Well, Elena has rejoined us. Yay.
You can't hear us though.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate it. Everyone go and sign up for Diahana's free workshop. It's free, y'all. Go run out and sign that up today. So with that, thank you again. And I don't have control of the of the room here. So So thank you everyone for joining us on the Business and Learning Show. Again, we'd like to thank Diahana for her insight, tips, and of course, her time. Next week, we will be joined by Xavier Hatch, who is opening up a small town pharmacy in Hutto, Texas. Just wait till you hear his story. It's amazing. So if you would like to be a guest on the show, please let us know. Drop a comment in any of the show notes or send us an email to support@businessandlearning.com. Bye, y'all. Have a great week.